I know underwater there are packs of you hiding.
Oh my gosh, look at that eye there. Look at that smug. We are definitely seeing a different beast here. Like, hi everybody and welcome back. Know it's been a little bit since I've done any kind of reactions to the animatics or anything, but now that some time has passed, I wanted to start looking at a lot of the Thunder Saga animatics that have been created by this point. I figured now would be a good time as ever, now that at least I know most people have fully listened to the Thunder Saga. I've seen a lot of analysis come forward through there in terms of watching other people's content of it. And now I also know that there's a bunch of animatics. So today we're going to look at one animatic for each of the Thunder Saga. Obviously all of these are done by various different artists going forward. It's been a bit since I've actually listened to the Thunder Saga, especially when I kind of react to these different animatics. A lot of what I like to do is start by not listening to the pieces for a bit so I can kind of be re-surprised and kind of, you know, listed through there and done something a little bit differently. But these are some of the artists who have done these animatics maybe about 3 weeks ago. As normal, the videos of the animatics used today are in the description below. Please make sure to support the original artists for this one, as well as continue to listen to all of Jay's music, because this whole process of becoming part of the Epic community has been a lot of fun, and I've been enjoying like every second of it. So it's, like I said, it's been a bit since I've listened to these, but my main thing is just to kind of watch through these and kind of go from there. The 5 animatics that I'm using today are from the artist Finescam, Ouchen, Mild Lemons, Mejillustrates, and Neal Illustrator. I'm sorry if I butchered all of those, but thank you again to those who ended up giving me ideas and suggestions of other animatics. I know people like GG have made their full animatics at this point, and I'm sure, once again, with how many that they're going to be created, I'll probably go and react to them, because, well, that's kind of what we always do when it comes like stuff with this. As normal, I do take time to read your comments and everything, so by all means, if you have any other animatics you'd like me to react to, whether they are from Thunder Saga or any other saga, leave them in the description below. And by description, I mean leave them in the comments below, of course. And yeah, let's just have some fun listening to some music today. It's been a bit, so I'm excited to kind of, you know, re-listen to this stuff and see what happens. So we're going to start with Suffering today. Not that any of us really like to suffer, but this Suffering was done again by Finescam. So let's just kind of listen through it, and let's see what we can get out of it, shall we? Been a while since I've listened to these. I love hearing that initial Penelope theme brought right back forward. It's really cool.
Don't you miss me more than you know? Then jump in the water and kiss me. Penelope, I've told you this before. You know I'm afraid of the water. I'll make sure that you are safe and sound. Come play with me and our daughter, and let's watch our love leave the ground.
You know, the first time listening to this, I can't believe I didn't catch the whole thing of daughter. You know, Odysseus has a son, not a daughter, so I'm like, excuse me. And I like that this animatic really does focus on the siren's lips for a second, being like, daughter, daughter, clearly a trap from here. So that's kind of a good take from here. I also like kind of the softer colors used from here. I know that this particular one was labeled as rough, so they're probably still working on situating this animatic, but still that's kind of cool with the emphasis on there. And just hearing that that beginning kind of motif is a lot of fun from hearing from there. Hearing the Penelope thing driven with multiple siren voices as compared to just the single one is a good way to do it. And I remember reading from other people, or it may have been Jorge himself, that there is an absence of, I think it was the viola in this one, which that instrument has normally been used to represent Penelope. And without that, it's like, haha, this is a fake Penelope line. So it's kind of cool that the absence of the main instrument of the character kind of brings us forward to getting this, something suspicious is going on. It's a cool way to do it, and I still like the do parts. Anyway, let's continue. It's a cool way to do it. The vocals are just amazing still. Love it. Come and take your suffering from you.
Fine, but only if you answer a question or two.
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the run.
So what I really like about what they're doing with, at least in terms of animatics, this is a duet, obviously, between Odysseus and the fake Penelope over here, and having that kind of like, and it's cool the way music does stuff like this, because Odysseus, most of his lines are going up, while Penelope's are going down, which is opposing things, and sometimes that's what happens a lot with duet style music from there, and it's just cool, and the way that they're kind of showing this with Odysseus has the higher ground here, which kind of is, in my mind, a representation of Odysseus already knowing what's going on. This is a trap for the siren anyway. That way he can end up doing, bad murderous intent and stuff like that. And it's just, it's kind of a cool thing to kind of see that kind of a relationship there with the smirkness of Odysseus. They both feel like they're tricking each other, and it's a good way to start it. Plus, here's who's talking right now. It's a cool way to do it.
Fine, but only if you answer a question or
Give
two.
me some questions.
Of course.
Okay, so let's say I was on the run, or hiding, from Poseidon, and let's say he blocked the way home.
Did we really have to use a box? Like, hiding in a corner from Poseidon? That just makes me think of Solid Snake. If they put him inside the box, it would have been even funnier from there. That's like, hiding in the shadows behind a box. Poseidon will not be able to find me now. That's a cool way to kind of show, like, flashback stuff. It's cool.
I was on the run, or hiding, from, Poseidon. And let's say he blocked the way home with giant waves and giant storms.
Oh no.
How am I to evade?
Oh no, the most sarcastic oh no I've ever heard before. I like the giant X over, like, over home there. That's kind of a good way to do it. It's like, oh, here's everything, and then boom, fake siren. Oh no, it's so sarcastic, and it's such a cool way to do it. And knowing more about the story now helps really help that out. And the artist did a good job of like portraying that. It's playful, it's funny, it's a cool way to do it.
The way home with giant waves and giant storms.
Oh no.
How
Oh,
am I
no.
to evade him? How am I to get home? Which route should I take? Where am I supposed to go?
He will chase you high and low, so find a place he'd never
Like the water.
One way you'll get home is sailing where he's scared to roam. Oh, it's through the lair of Scylla.
Actually, that piano bomb with the thunder crack in the background, that's a good way to do that. Like we have that very powerful bomb chord there to kind of represent, oh, that's where we're gonna go from here, and that's kind of a cool ploy to kind of continue the plot line for there. I like that. In the lair of Scylla, bomb, which, I mean, that chord is still the same chord that it seems to be supporting the last note used for Scylla. The name of Scylla, Dawn, and it's just helping us to progress into the more serious tone of this. It was playful up until this point, and you even see with the siren on the boat there leading them to where Scylla's lair is. It's like, okay, we're still kind of playful, we're still kind of close together, and then that dumb, I'm sure, will change the whole mood or attitude of it, because that's what dumbs normally do.
Get home is sailing where he's
So we're
scared to
still a little bit
roam.
more positive.
It's through the lair of Scylla.
Lightning crack.
This is your only way home, the lair of Scylla.
But Scylla has a cost.
Well, you asked and now you know. Now jump in the water.
Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy and terrified.
I would take the suffering.
It's a cute way to kind of show that a little bit.
I would die, but can't you let
You know, the snarkiness between both of them is cool. And the animatic shows it pretty well.
Come on to the ship, we'll jump at the same time.
I will take the suffering from you.
The things I do for you.
Oh, that's a cool way to do it. Oh, that is such a cool way to end that. Oh, the things I do for you. Pulls out the crossbow, immediately shoots the siren. So I'm pretty sure the next thing starts out with a siren scream. So that's a cool way to kind of transition to that with, here's my bow and arrow. Are you ready? Boom. That's a cool way to do it. I like it. I like it. That's cool. That's cool. I like the playfulness that they show between, the snarkiness, playfulness that they show between Odysseus and the fake Penelope here. And as soon as we mention Scylla with that piano line there, and you know, her fading away from there, it's a really cool effect to kind of show that, we kind of know at this point that this is well, after listening to it multiple times, that this is a fake from here. So like the mask is being faded away over there, and that's kind of a cool way to bring us back into the chorus line there. But overall, that is really well done. But yeah, that arrow shot right at the end is so, like, it's a good way to do it. The things that I do for you, shoot. I just want to see that one more time. That was cool, though.
The things I do for you.
Boop. And then stops and then arrow. Cool way to do it. I like it. That, like, Suffering's a fairly short one, but there's still a lot to unpack over from there musically, which again, I've already gone through this when this first released out from here, so this is more just kind of reacting to the animatics. I like the colors from here. Like, Odysseus being the, like, you know, starting to get the I'm the monster, rah, rah, rah situation has more of darker tones to it, while the Penelope, who's supposed to be the light of the world, is on the lighter tones, at least until, you know, the next part of this happens. But alright. Different Beasts, which is going to continue, obviously, from where this went off, because this is one of those things that go from one into another. So let's go to Different Beasts now. Oh, by the way, this Different Beast was done by Ouchen. I apologize if I've said the name wrong, but Ouchen is where we're at currently. So I like that this one kind of transitions right from the arrow up until boom, hitting over there, so this is cool. God, that siren screen is so perfect. Like, and it's done within a weird chord as we hear the ba-da-da-da-da-da, which is the themes that we've heard in previous sagas before, and it's just, it's a good way to animate it. I like it.
Let's cut the charade. You are no wife of mine. You've been trying to take my life.
That transition into like to the partial siren there with the outfit going away. That's a nice way to transition into that. I like that. We actually see the fish like
this whole time. I know underwater there are packs of you hiding.
Oh my gosh, look at that eye there. Look at that smug. We are definitely seeing a different beast here. Like, if I had somebody, like, going up to me looking like that at some point, I would probably be a little bit freaked out. So that's a cool way to do it. Like, that smug side eye. And we're just hearing how, like, monstrous this section sound. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, with this very synthesized electric instruments. It's such a cool way to kind of see the beast being brought in through Odysseus. It's cool. It's perfect. It's haunting, and that's a lot of this. Animax did a very good job of, you know, showing that.
There are packs of you hiding.
That smug face.
Yeah, I know exactly what you are. A siren.
My real wife knows I'm not scared of the water. And my real wife knows I don't have a daughter.
It's so cool with just using the themes from before.
Turning my men into snacks.
You didn't notice that your friends got snatched.
What?
We are a different beast now. We are the ones who feast now. No more of us deceased, cause we won't.
Actually, the artist does a good job of having the sirens look freaked out. We see some tears here. We see, like, eyes closed. That's a nice way to do it. I mean, we're the beasts now, You weren't paying attention. Your friends are screwed. What are you gonna do now? I hope you're ready to get a world of hurt. It's a really cool way to depict it, and that's awesome. I like it. I like it. Plus, just the war drums coming back in, giving that sense of dread that we've been kind of aiming for, and having kind of like the motifs of the Troy saga coming back is kind of cool. And I don't know, and listening through Thunder Saga a few more times, a lot of Thunder Saga, especially since it is supposed to be the introduction to Act 2, and I actually have a whole video that I have planned kind of trying to analyze Act 1 and at least the different sagas in terms of a musical storytelling retrospective and how it's based off of like other media and stuff. That's a whole another video for another time. But a lot of times when we start Act 2, since this is kind of the opening from here, a lot of times they like to reference and remind people what has happened in Act 1, but kind of move the story forward. So the fact that there are so many references and returning like melodic motifs coming back is kind of a good way to end up showing and reminding us the journey that Odysseus has and the turning point. This is the turning point of where Odie really becomes, well, the monster that we end up seeing. And it's a cool way to do this, because we always start from losing everything to beginning of Act 2. Here is my new like purpose in life. I've lost everything, so let me just embrace the monster. And you can really see it with how he treats the sirens and how he tricks the other one here. It's cool. The artist did a good job of like depicting that too.
We are a different beast now. We are the ones who feast now. No more of us deceased, cause we won't take more suffering from you. We are the
and then having the other people come forward too. That's cool.
You are a threat no longer. We won't take more.
We're the new monsters, not you.
We've been away from home for about 12 years or so. First we slayed in our own war, and now we're here with more foes. While on the run from Poseidon, we found a ship with no crew. I realized nearby there were sirens, singing sailors to their doom.
And see, this is, again, I'm more doing a little bit more of a lyrical analysis now that I focus a lot more on instrumentation on my first, like, listen through this. But this is just giving a small flashback plus a reminder of the main purpose from here. They've been on the sea for 12 years. Nice depiction of Poseidon, by the way. Been on the run for Poseidon this long, so we're going to fill in some of the gaps that had happened from here. We already kind of know the tricks of what this sea has kind of put us through for the past 12 years. We've lost a lot of crew, but we're getting smarter because of that. We know that if there's just an abandoned ship, that something probably caused it, so let's put a plan on there. And all that, having those war drums in the background kind of pushing this narrative forward it's cool. It's cool, and I like it. And there's a lot of exposition in this part while we explain what's happening through a flashback and everything. And we need exposition in parts like this. This is a massive reminder of all the stuff that has like happened beforehand, so it's cool. I like it.
First we slayed in our own war, and now we're here with more foes. While on the run from Poseidon, we found a ship with no crew. I realized nearby there were sirens, singing sailors to their dooms. We filled our ears with beeswax, that's how we resist your song.
Which is probably why it's yellow with the beeswax.
You pretended to be my wife, so I just played along. I read your lips and phrases, scanning for information. Sirens know about every route and horizon. Now
so this is cool, and I'm just noticing like the color scheme of here. Whenever Odysseus is in presence sense here, it seems like the artist has to pick everything being in yellow, probably to help to represent the beeswax, the kind of anxiousness of the situation. But whenever we're talking about or seeing kind of like a past situation, we kind of have this whole like old style gray effect that we normally see in like older fashioned movies, which is kind of a really cool way to depict flashbacks. So we know that, scenes like them finding the boat, being here, this is the past, this is the present right here when it goes back to the more colorful thing. I'm just listening to you because you're pretending to be Penelope. So this is the past remembrance. This is present. A lot of times that they will do this as flashbacks and stuff, and it's cool. it's a cool way to do it, and this helps to kind of really get like the past and present aspect over here. So nice job. It's a very nice effect.
I realized nearby there were sirens singing sailors to their dooms. We filled our ears with beeswax. That's how we resist your song. You pretended to be my wife, so I just played along. I read your lips and
Again, past is good.
scanning for information. Sirens know about every route and horizon. Now I know how to get back to my island.
And then all the eyes just looking at it like, ah, we got you, bitch. It's good. It's good.
We won't take more suffering from you. We are the man-made monsters. We are the ones who conquer. You are a threat no longer. We won't take more suffering from you.
Ooh. The spare us is really
You can kill the
clever
next group of
too.
sailors in this
Oh.
part of the sea? Nah, you wouldn't have spared me. I made a mistake like this. It almost cost my life. I can't take more risks of not seeing my wife. Cut off their tails. We're ending this now.
That was a clever way to do it. As soon as we go with the wife, we flash that and have that be more prevalent, the ring. That's cool. I mean, that's a lot of what this is. I'm not going to make the same mistakes I've had in the past, and that's a cool way to show it. It's just, I'm determined to get home no matter what. I need to get back to Penelope. That's cool. I like that.
It almost cost my life. I can't take more risks of not seeing
Bling.
my wife.
I like
Cut
it.
off their tails. We're ending this now. Throw their bodies back in the water. Let them drown.
He is a different beast now. He is the one who feasts now.
Oh, man. Ooh. Ooh. That is a clever way of showing the beast. Dang. I mean, to the sirens, to the one siren that is watching all of her brethren's tails get sliced and thrown into the water. This must be what the sirens must depict Odysseus and the humans as, just like more menacing beasts than they are. That is such a cool way to show that. And it's like, haha, this is your fate now. Like, that is so effective. That is scary. Damn.
He won't take more suffering from you. He is the man-made monster. He is the one who conquers. You are a threat no longer. He won't take more suffering from you.
Oh, man. Oh, that is so effective. Like, you can just see the madness that he's turning into now. As all the sirens get thrown in and killed. Oh, man. That is so effective. That is so effective. Like, Odysseus has become the boss now. And I know one of the other things that a lot of people have, like, depicted and told in a lot of the comments is that boss fights tend to have the person's name repeated at one point or another. And I feel like saying Odysseus' name on the here is a representation, like, haha, I've become the true villain of this story on my way home. But, like, seeing the slash, seeing the black, and then hearing the siren, seeing that clear blood spill over there, and then seeing them thrown into the water while the other siren is just there crying her eyes out as it's like, all of my brethren are dying and there's nothing I can do. It is truly monstrous. It is such a clever way to do it, and this depicts it very, very well. It sinks to your heart to know that Odysseus has gone, well, this deep, I guess is the best way to put it. It's painful.
He won't take more suffering from you.
You can just see how monster-like Odysseus looks within this, as it is. It's phenomenal. Oh, it gives you chills. It gives you chills, and it's just perfect. Very good way of depicting it here. I rather enjoyed that. All right, next on the list, we've already watched a Scylla before. I think one of the first Scylla animatics we made, but this one's by Mild Lemons. and I've already talked quite a bit about like Scylla as we went forward, so I'm curious to see how this might change our perspective a little bit. So now we have Scylla. I love how Scylla starts.
Lair of Scylla. This is our
I can already tell you just from like the initial thing, the darker color here, darker colors. I mean, Scylla's lair is in a cave. It's supposed to be very dark. No one can really see anything, which is why the torches are lit later on and stuff. So having this like darker, bluish, more like nighttime menacing look to it is a very good way to start this.
only way home.
Deep down,
Plus, I love Scylla's voice so much.
deep down,
Not much to say.
you hide a reason for
I
shame.
got a secret I can no longer keep.
Deep down.
You know that we are the same.
I opened the wind bag while you were asleep.
How's this one to pick it? Ooh, just the head turn there. I know with the previous one we used a lot of different eye colors to kind of depict a lot of Odie's and Odie's and the captain's initial like conversation from there. But Odie's and Yuri's. There we go. I was trying to remember nicknames and stuff. It's been a bit, but like this is a very different interpretation of it, and like everything is just so haunting with the melody, with the lyrics. This is where secrets are being told. This is when Odie really makes the decisions about everything, and just that head turn itself. The previous one used a lot of like certain eyeshadows and colors, so I'm curious how this one will depict kind of the monster that Odie is becoming. Besides not smiling whatsoever during this part at all, he's very quiet. Like normally Odysseus even had a small smile even when he was scheming something, but this is such a straight-faced version of them that it's crazy.
While you were asleep.
Leaving them feeling betrayed. Breaking the bonds that you've
Not
made.
even looking.
So sorry.
There is no price we
Yuri, I think you're in trouble.
Give me.
We both know what it takes to survive.
I love the full speed ahead references again.
We only care for ourselves.
Eurylochus, light up 6 torches.
Like this way, there's not as much like animation going on here. We can clearly see that they're animating them talking, which is a really cool way to doing it. But a lot of this, Odysseus seems much more distant. He's not even looking at Yuri at all. Eurylochus? Eurylochus, I think I said it right. I don't know. I'm still so unsure of how I say names in here, so that's why I'm just saying Yuri to save myself, but I think it's Eurylochus. I think that's what it is. But they're just, Odie's not even looking back there. He turned his head for a second when Yuri talked about the wind, the opening the wind bag again, but then boom, straight ahead again, not even giving any type of acknowledgement, anything to Yuri. You could just this really shows who the hell knows what Odie is thinking at this point.
Deep down,
The torches are a nice effect.
only demons from hell.
Captain, something approaches.
Oh, we know what approaches though.
Hello.
Ooh, not gonna lie, that's rather attractive. If this is kind of the depiction we're using of Scylla for this one, again, I know Faye, I don't remember. It's been a while. Nymph, there we go. Going from there, it's supposed to be kind of an attractive person who becomes more menacing with all the serpent heads that come out. It's a good way to do it. Oh yeah, okay, that's a very attractive way to show Scylla. I like it. With all the heads just surrounding. That smirk. That smile of, ha 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 ha, you are doomed. That's a good way to end up putting it. And Odysseus not even reacting makes it even crazier. I love it. That's such a good way to depict it.
Run for your life!
In your sorrow.
So I think that was only like half of that particular one that was made. There's probably more to Mild Lemons, at least working through that one. But thanks for depicting half of it. I was gonna say I was pretty sure Scylla was a little bit longer from there, but that's okay. Like that first half of it, we got this list together back when these first started to get animated, and then I had to stop because of illnesses and stuff. So some of these will be a little not as complete as others, but that's okay. These are like some of the early ones before the super big ones started to get made. But seriously, support these guys. Like they worked hard on these as well, and we get to listen and go with even more of these. Anyways, on to Mutiny by Mejillustrates. This one I'm excited about, because this one's such a good one. Oh, that's a good way to show immediately of like the aftermath of Scylla.
You did not know that would happen. Say you didn't know how that would end. Look me in the eyes and tell me, Captain, that you did not just sacrifice 6 men.
Yep.
Use your wits to try and say I'm crazy and mad. That this is all some trick the gods have sent. Tell me you did not miss home so painfully bad that you gave up the lives of 6 of our friends.
This is a very good way to depict Yuri's like anger, frustration, even with him starting by like looking at the parts of the ship where Scylla just, you know, chomped on the people with the torches is very effective and very clever for there. It shows that oh boy, Odysseus is willing to do everything, and then you can just see with the way that this is animated, especially with the purple. Like purple's a good way to kind of really represent this kind of. It is a softer color, yes, but it's also one of those breaking of heart-esque colors that we tend to use. Like the shading on everything is like really cool from here, and you can really see Yuri's kind of conflict with over here. They did a very good job of animating the movements of like playing that you actually didn't do this. Why would you? It's cool.
Men,
it's really cool.
use your wits to try and say I'm crazy and mad. That this is all some trick the gods have sent. Tell me you did not miss home so painfully bad that you gave up the lives of 6 of our friends.
Yep.
When we fought the Cyclops, you were quick to hatch a plan. And when we fought with Circe, it was you who left behind no man. But when we saw this monster, we didn't take a stand. We just ran. Say something!
You know what this really reminds me of, especially with how this is animated? This gives me the like monologue of like a hero or a villain right before some type of major conflict, and I'm sure that was kind of the initial, you know, thought process for this before the mutiny starts, for Yuri to kind of have this like monologue type thing, just explaining like, you've done all this, why do we run, why are you sacrificing the men? And it helps with how like fast paced it is to kind of get that vibe and feeling of, oh gosh, something bad's gonna happen. And it's just, this is what you would always hear from a monologue before a conflict happens, and it's a very cool setup. I like it.
When we saw this monster, we didn't take a stand. We just ran. Say something! I can't!
Oh, the eyes. The eyes. Very well done.
Then you have forced my hand.
Lower your weapon.
No can do. You miss your wife so bad you drained the lives of your own crew.
I love that we have the violin line doing the danger motif. I like that I can actually identify it now. But like, it seems like Odysseus seems to have more prominent eyes in this than Eurylochus does, and it makes sense from there. Since this is, you know, this is a bad part from over here, but the drawing of the swords. I wonder how they're going to animate the fight scene.
Lower your weapon.
No can do. You miss your wife so bad you drained the lives of your own crew.
Don't make me fight you, brother. You know you'd have done the same.
If you want all the power, you must carry all the blame.
Alright, that's a pretty good way to see the fight scene done.
Odysseus, very
I like it.
I am not letting you get in my way.
Ooh.
My brothers.
Okay, so when I originally listened to this, I didn't initially like realize that it was part of the crew that probably stabbed Odysseus here, at least at this interpretation of. What I really thought was that Yuri might have like, because I definitely felt that Yuri was losing that fight when I initially listened to it, especially with Odie having that kind of last line, being like, "I'll let nothing stand in my way" from there. But my brain did not process at the time that it was probably the crew that ended up stabbing Odysseus first from there, with the heartbeat and everything from there. It's almost like an et tu Brute moment in Roman Greek mythology there. And I know this is kind of probably trying to make parallel to that, but this makes it much more clear to kind of see what that interpretation does. I love how Odie's eyes are animated for this one, because that is the one that you can kind of see. This is our main focus. We can see the determination in his eyes to get wherever he needs to. It's a good way to do it. Boom, boom, boom. That heartbeat is so effective.
My brothers.
Doom, doom, doom.
How are we supposed to trust you now? Now your time has come, your luck's run out. Now
Good for luck runs out coming back.
you down, you relied on wit, and then
And they're all turning against him. They knock him out though, right? Yes. And then they find the other new island.
Where are we?
Some island, the first one we found. It's bursting with cows, just roaming around, begging us to eat.
Like the whole fact, and really listening to this, it reminds me of how much of the melody for Troy was reused. Da-da, surround them. Da 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 da. Plus, it's the same melody that we use for when Zeus is or whatever god is initially giving Odysseus the initial vision. It's this kind of motif that comes back when something serious or death is going to happen, because we saw it in Troy. We saw it back when we had the initial vision. It was like they're kind of using partially the same melody that they did when we were slaying the sheep, even though it's just cows this time. But it's still kind of, we have the more deeper, darker tone from there, and it helps to kind of like bring back that, the parallels between what Polides did and what Yuri is doing right now is something to be like, haha, this is where we're at for significant parts of the crew, but bringing those more dangerous motives back, meaning that this is going to be a very different outcome than what happened with Polides.
So much meat and hunger is so heavy. This statue, the god of the sun, don't know where it's from.
No
But
god of
here's
sun.
where we found all these cows to hunt
You're screwed.
right in front, and hunger is so heavy. Hunger is so heavy. So tell me.
I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready. Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. As just the parallels between Troy and this are just, I hear it more than ever re-listening to this again, but it's such like a parallel from the beginning, and it's so heartbreaking.
In front, and hunger is so heavy. Hunger is so heavy.
Please don't tell me you're about to do what I think you'll do.
Oh,
Odie, we're never gonna get to make it home. You know it's true.
You don't know that's true. This is the home of the sun god.
I'm starving, my friend.
and then just bringing back, this is the realm of the wind god, because we got to go back to luck runs out. This whole thing with Mutiny, just like with the underworld, and I know I've talked about this like when I did the initial thing, is just callbacks to kind of like what Underworld did. We're going to remind you of all of the terrible things that had happened right before a god was summoned or angered, and boom, we push forward from here by bringing back all those melodic motifs that we've heard. We heard oh my gosh, brain is shutting down, sorry. We heard the original like Troy Saga motives. We've heard the Prophets motives. We've heard luck runs out motives again. They're implying, and we know what's going to happen, that this time with Odysseus making all of these kind of decisions, as soon as that is taken away from him, then luck for the crew runs out as compared to luck running out for Odysseus. It's very disheartening.
But if you kill his cattle, who knows what he'll send? This is the home of the sun god.
I'm tired, my friend.
But we're so close to home, this can't be where it ends.
How much longer must I suffer?
Please don't do
How
this.
much longer must I push
I
through
need
doubt?
to get
How
Man,
much longer must
this is
I
a cool way to
go
show just both sides of
about
this.
my life like this when people
Like you see Odie literally just like begging Yuri not to make the terrible mistake when they're so close to getting home, as he knows it is going to backfire tremendously. But Yuri is just in like this, the side action here, one side to another, is so effective in showing that it's painful to listen to. It's beautiful. It's beautifully bittersweet.
How much longer must I push
I
through
need to
doubt?
get
How much longer must I go about my life like this when people die like this? Whoa, how much longer must we suffer now? How much longer
The
must we
pleading.
push through
Oh my gosh.
How much longer must we
It's heartbreaking.
survive our lives like this when people die like this?
You really guess no!
There we go with the danger motif again, just done by voices.
You've doomed us. You've doomed us all, Eurylochus!
Captain?
We need to get away from this island now! Grab an arm with all the strength your arms allow! These cows were immortal. They were the sun god's friends.
Oh,
We've pissed them off. Who do you think he'll send? Full speed ahead.
full speed ahead. Ba-ba. Oh, the sky turning orange. Oh, that is so effective. They killed my cow. That is so effective. Oh, this is a cool one. This is a cool one. Also, I love that as soon as, we get to this part, we just hear the danger motive being done with a choir instead, being like, uh-oh, you pissed off the sun god. You're gonna feel a wrath of somebody else soon. But
We need
just
to get away from this
bum
island now.
bum. The urgency with how dark the sky has gotten is such a cool
These
effect
cows
from
were
here.
immortal. They were the sun
Bum
god's
bum.
friends. And now
Bum
we've pissed them
bum.
off. Who do you think
Bum
he'll
bum.
send? Full speed ahead.
While full speed ahead, while the danger motive is on the top. It's so cool to do it. I love it. Of course, the thunder going,
Too late.
and then seeing the sky just turn orange. We know that shit's about to oh man. Mutiny is probably one of my favorite ones from this, just because of not only the I'll just call it the amalgamation of motives that are being reintroduced to here, but it's such good storytelling. Like, you have the roles reversed for almost everybody in this crew, from Odie's power being taken away to Yuri trying to make the decisions to help the crew, which ends up backfiring and bringing on, the Thunderbringer. It's such a reverse from the beginning of this whole story till now. It figures the saga that opens up Act 2 would be just as intense in a different way from opening up Act 1. It's fun. It's fun. It's cool. It's amazing. Please give these these animatics love and support. We're coming to our last one, which is Thunderbringer, and this has been my favorite like song out of this saga. So I'm curious to see how Neal, Illustrator, brought this song to life. Suggestive themes. What, death? Of course. Zeus better look hot. Ooh, this is really well animated already. This is so well animated.
Pride is a damsel in distress.
Like, shit. Look how hot he is, guys. Like, we already knew that Thunder Daddy, Thunder Hades, whatever the hell everyone wants to call him, is just so... Oh, look at those abs. Okay, I'm good. I promise. I promise. Thunder Daddy, Thunder Hades. What was the other one I was hearing? Light Up Hades. I don't know. Just attractiveness. Thank you, Neal, for making him so hot. Okay, anyway. Plus the voice. It does the voice justice. The voice is so...
Pride is a damsel in distress.
Oh, and just showing the clouds as a damsel. Ooh, beautiful.
Trials she cannot to confess. In the end, it's all the same once I apply all the pressure.
Jeez.
Judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall.
Like the eyes just seductively looking at everybody, being like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna bring the wrath, and no matter how much you try to avoid me, it's gonna happen. It's so beautiful. Also, this suggestive shit he does with this cloud here is so I mean, like Thunder Daddy, Thunderbringer, Thunder Hades, he's just supposed to be like one of the most powerful gods in the Greek pantheon. He's supposed to be the one that literally, and I don't mean to be very suggestive here, but is the one that ends up, having most kids, getting whatever he wants no matter what. So the fact that he's being this seductive with a cloud, showing just what he is able to do whatever he wants, even with, the inanimate objects around. God, that sounds so wrong, but you know what I mean. Is just he's showing his power here. He's showing it off. It's beautiful. Such a cool way to show it. I love this depiction of Zeus.
The judgment call, the one who makes her kingdom fall. Lightning wield her, use and yield her. Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed.
Just the fear.
Odysseus, if I were to make you choose the lives of your men and crew or your own, why do I think they'd lose? Enlighten me, King of Ithaca, since hunger was far too great. I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and suffer a gruesome fate.
This is so cool to kind of show, like you can see that the crew is freaked out. Odysseus obviously is freaked out too, since, I mean, Odysseus is the one who's holding the crew's life in hands at this point, and was hunger really worth all of this? Was killing a cow, an immortal cow, a friend of the sun god, worth it to get everyone killed? Huh? Like, you want the wrath of the gods, you will get them. It's so, I can't help it. It's hard for me to talk during this, because I have to stop it, because I get so mesmerized by the voice of Zeus that it just, there are certain voices that kind of, how's the best way to put this without sounding ridiculous? Eargasms. I'm just going to say it. There's certain voices that gives me eargasms. They're generally deep male and deep female voices. I don't have a type. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a type at all. But when they get into those kind of vocal, operatic sounds, which is why when we were back with We were back with it's not Aphrodite. God. We're back with when I was drawing the things to Carmen. Why can't I think of the name right now? It's because I'm recording and can never think of names from there. Love Goddess turned people into pigs. Like, her deep kind of sultry voice got me. Zeus's voice gets me. It's just ooh. Anyway, I'm good.
Enlighten me, King of Ithaca, since hunger was far too great. I wonder who'd take the weight of the damned and suffer a gruesome fate to the Thunderbringer.
Oh, he's just showing off, and I love every second of it. This is done so well. Like, just look at him. Oh, he's so attractive. Fuck, I hate it.
Sublime you for your act of crime. Choose.
Oh.
Someone's gotta die today, and you have got the final say.
That's so effective. Oh.
You or your crew.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
And hearing that, please don't make me do this, like I said back in Mutiny, is just, this is heartbreaking. Like, we all know Odysseus is going to choose him over the crew so we can get back to Penelope, but just, I mean, look how fucking big this guy is based on this animatic. He is such an imposing force within, like, Mount Olympus and everything that this makes sense that they end up doing, posing it this way, but it is so effective, and just having to give that call because of his crew's fuck up is just, anyway.
You or your crew.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
It makes me want to cry hearing this. And they all just look at him knowing, we bring back everything from this saga again. And we know what he chose. Oh, with the rain and everything, it's heartbreaking.
Captain?
I have to see her.
But will die.
I know.
Thunderbringer, show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes
my
her
heart.
kingdom fall.
It hurts every time. I'm just seeing Yuri's face here.
Show her what she can't conceal, for true nature will be revealed.
Oh. I just needed to listen to that piano riff again because that piano riff is powerful. And I actually already kind of did a video about that piano riff. If you haven't seen, the Kingdom Hearts Dearly Beloved video, that's a lot to kind of do with what this song here inspired me to look back at Dearly Beloved from the Kingdom Hearts series, because there's a lot of like overlap between Kingdom Hearts stuff and this, especially this saga, like in general. And but this was very well illustrated to show the conflict between Odysseus and the crew, and then him choosing himself over here it's powerful. And every time I hear it, it really makes me like, it tugs heartstrings. Thunderbringer is probably still my favorite one out of this saga, just because of the insanity and intenseness of everything with it. There's so much that goes on with there musically. It's it's a clash of ideals at that point. Like what is more important? I mean, Odie just had a mutiny go against him. It's always been his goal to get his crew back, but you're the monster at this point. The only thing that you need is to get Penelope back, and it is strong. Thank you for watching all these animatics with me. There will be other videos with other animatics, I am positive of there, because I know the more bigger animatic people have made animatics in the Thunder Saga. I'm sure we will go and watch more of them at some point or another, but I at least wanted to visit the ones that were probably a little less known, that are not on everybody's radars. So again, the link to all of these animatics are in the description below. Please go and support them as always. And just thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment, recommend other animatics for me to watch and react to, or just other series and genres. I'm going to be starting a couple of other musicals and stuff soon that people have kind of recommended to me, but there'll be a lot of musical reacts and just other content on this channel in general soon. So thanks for hanging out with me. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. And, well, I will talk to you guys later. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!